ahead.
Okay. We have a couple of questions here along the same lines regarding distance. Can you maybe speak to some of the ranges that you're seeing from the 2200 versus the 6600?
Okay. So let me maybe also address the range issue a little more broadly before I answer that. So I don't know how many of you guys out there know that the WiMAX profiles, as defined, have a range limitation of 8 kilometers, meaning about 5 miles, because of a round-trip issue. This is a time division standard, as you guys know, and there's a round-trip issue that limits the range to 5 miles. However, at PureWave, we've been able to address that question, while being able to use standard off-the-shelf devices. We have a completely device-transparent solution to this problem, and we are able to offer a range of up to 16 miles in our standard base station. There are configurations that allow you to go even further with some limitations that can be discussed offline. But the question of the range of the 6600 versus the 2200, when I first started out in this business and I asked about range, and the answer was always it depends. It really frustrated me, but unfortunately we all know that the answer truly is it depends. The link budget is much more powerful with the 6600. The main I guess advantage of having 6 antennas on the transmit and receive is that your link budget becomes much more robust. So the way we typically recommend folks deploy this is, if you guys are deploying for coverage, if your main issue is I'm going to try to get as many users in my area of coverage as possible, deploy the 6600. If you're deploying a type of application that is meant to cover a known area and you just have a large number of users in there, deploy the 2200, because you're going to get if you're in a campus type environment, you're going to be getting that sufficient coverage. If you're in a small rural community, you're going to get sufficient coverage with it. You're going to get a few miles out of it. But if you're going to try to go 10 or 15 miles, I don't suggest trying that with a 2200. That's not its primary intention. And hopefully that answers the question, even though I don't have specific numbers that I feel comfortable sort of throwing out there.
The data growth chart that was shown earlier, was that U.S. or global?
I believe it was global. If anybody's interested, I can send you the entire report. This is a 60-page report that covers trends around the world. Again, it's produced by Cisco, so I'm not sure if there are any ulterior motives or drivers behind the data. But what I can tell you is that no matter where I look and what the source is and the discussions that we're having with folks, the one thing everybody agrees about is the fact that this trend is very, very real in terms of the growth and in demand for data. But the specifics. Different analysts come up with different numbers. If you guys are interested, ping me. I'll send you the full Cisco report, or you can look for it online pretty easily. It's got breakdowns by country, by application, by device type. It's very comprehensive.
All right. Let's see here. Question here about the USB that was used, I believe, in reference to the Vault application. Was that a modem USB or?
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. So I should have perhaps spent a couple of minutes on the device of this. So PureWave supports all standard WiMAX devices, and today there's a very wide range of these, including USB dongle type modems, indoor devices with Wi-Fi, without Wi-Fi, with voice ports, without them, and so forth. There's outdoor devices. A very popular form factor is something that folks call MiFi, or personal Wi-Fi hotspot, that's backhauled over the WiMAX. There's also phones that support WiMAX. So there's a very wide range of devices. In that specific case, we're using a USB dongle by a company called Green Packet, which is one of the devices that we support.
How about the max number of subscribers per base station for both the 2200 and the 6600?
Okay, great question. So as I said before, the 2200 and the 6600 are identical except for their RF performance. Okay, so in terms of the numbers of subscribers, the capabilities, the throughput, anything you can think of on the networking side, they're exactly the same type of product. The maximum number of users, simultaneous users, supported on any of our products right now is 200. That does not take into consideration, sleep mode users and so forth. But actual simultaneous working users, 200.
Is the 365 product certified for the entire 50 megahertz band?
Aha, wonderful question. I was hoping for that one. So the answer is it's certified for the lower 25, and we expect to announce the full 50 in the next 2 weeks. So the answer is, by the time you get one, yes, 50 megahertz is covered.
You mentioned Green Packet CPE. Are there other approved vendors that you guys have certified with your product for the CPE devices?
Yes. So Gemtech is another one that we recommend. So let me make a distinction between devices that we approve and certify and other devices. So devices that you buy through us, we commit that the functionality, everything WiMAX related, will work. It'll be fine. All the advanced capabilities will be there. We are standards based, so we have many customers that have chosen to use other devices. Unfortunately, because there are so many different vendors and so many different devices, we don't go and test every feature on every device. So we say if you want to be safe, we recommend Gemtech, we recommend Green Packet. Depending on other applications, we recommend CPE from Modacom. There's a wide range. But, if you have your own CPE and want to use it, we have folks using this with C1, we have folks using this with Infomark, we have folks using this with a wide range of different devices. If it were me, unless there's a very good reason to not choose one of our recommended devices, I think it just saves time and headache to the operator to use something that we will tell you is, we'll always do regression tests. Every new release is gonna be tested against and so forth. So, but we're standards-based base station.
That's an interesting question. Are there any licensing costs for the Quantum 2200 or 6600?
So I'm not sure I understand the question in terms of licensing. So, PureWave offers an NMS. The NMS requires licenses. We also offer other services such as SLAs, extended support, advanced RMA, things like that, that are not included in the cost of the base station. But I'm not sure if I misunderstand the question. Whoever asked it, please send another clarifying question, and I'll try to answer.
Question here, are there embedded radio solutions on the subscriber end available?
So I'm not sure I understand the question. Is the question regarding laptop support?
It doesn't say specifically, but that's how I read it.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, we haven't done any testing with those devices, and the reason is primarily because we're a customer-driven company. The range on an embedded device we found to be very, very limited, and none of our customers or prospects has asked us to do something like this. If there's a specific application or business case, we'd be happy to chat about that.
By
the way, the other thing I will say to that is the frequency limitations are very stringent on those embedded devices. So be aware of that. So, for example, there's no 365 WiMAX embedded device that is available. You know, the devices that are sold here, for example, my own laptop connects to Clearwire if I choose, but it uses their spectrum, obviously.
There are a couple of questions here that seem to be very application specific. Probably better taken offline, which I can forward on to you, Ronan, and we can probably address one-on-one.
Yeah, we'd be happy. We'd be happy to do that for sure.
Okay. Let's see here.
There's a lot of questions here.
Yeah.
I can just see that there are questions. I don't see the questions, but I just see the.
Just a question here regarding any 365 MIMO CPE.
Yes. MIMO as in, okay, so there's the green packet does support MIMO on the downlink and has antenna switching on the uplink, not true, uplink MIMO, but it has antenna switching on the uplink. Beyond that, unfortunately, again, this is one of the areas where you need the device manufacturers to introduce products to market, and the 365 band is supported, to our knowledge, by two device makers, both of which we support, Gemtech and Green Packet. If you guys know of any others, we'd be happy to support those as well.
Looks like the questions have slowed up. I think we've addressed most of them here.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm always available to answer questions offline. If you want to give me a call or send me an email, I'll be happy to have a call with you. I hope that this has been a productive and informative chat, and be happy to engage in one-on-one discussions with anybody that's interested.
Yeah, thank you for everybody for attending. If there's anything that we can do to assist you, please feel free to give us a call. Moonblink phone number is 877-623-5223. I can be reached personally at dan@moonblink.com. So thank you all for your time, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Thank you all.